Welcome to Visa Everywhere Initiative 2022, Latin America and the Caribbean. Welcome to Visa Everywhere Initiative 2022, Latin America and the Caribbean. Welcome to Visa Everywhere Initiative 2022, Latin America and the Caribbean. Today's participants represent the top startups recruited across the region. These finalists will compete to win $30,000 in total prizes. The winners will represent Latin America at the Visa Everywhere Initiative Global Finals in Qatar. To select our winners, we have a robust panel of judges representing the startup community and Visa. It's time to kick off the Visa Everywhere Initiative Latin America and the Caribbean 2022. Here is your host, Dr. Jen Welter, NFL's first female coach, author, and motivational speaker.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Jen Welter and I'll be your hostess with the mostest for this very special edition of the Visa Everywhere Initiative, Latin America and the Caribbean 2022. We are excited to have you tune in today. Visa has selected an impressive cohort of startups and fintechs, all of which are doing groundbreaking work in Latin America and the Caribbean. These companies are poised to change the world of payments and solve the challenges of tomorrow. Now, I want to introduce our esteemed judges. Romina Seltzer, Senior Vice President, Head of Products at Visa. Franz Strohmeyer, Senior Vice President, New Payment Flows and Global Clients at Visa. Pamela Ceballos, Senior Director, Digital Partnerships and Ventures at Visa, and Christine Chang, Head of Corporate Development and Ventures at Tribal. We're excited for you to join us today. Next, introducing our 5 finalists. Araldo Dovalina, founder of Penum. Tatiana Fontalvo, founder and CEO of BitSports. Alfonso Mayra, co-founder of Floyd. Alejandro Vega, founder of Huli. Andre Bastos, co-founder of OpenCo. A big virtual round of applause for our judges and finalists. Now, I know you want to know, how will today work? Each of our 5 finalists will have 4 minutes to pitch, followed by 4 minutes of Q&A with our judges. Now, startups will be judged on solution and pitch presentation, Visa partnership opportunities, desirability and uniqueness, and the feasibility of product or solution. Once all the startups have pitched, the judges will deliberate privately and select the winner, who will receive $10,000 in prize money. Today, we also have a special prize sponsored by the startup's favorite Visa product, Visa Direct. The Visa Direct winner will also receive $10,000 in prize money. For those of you in the audience, don't feel left out. Your votes will decide the audience favorite winner, who will receive $10,000. After all 5 startups have pitched, a link and QR code to the voting page will pop up on screen, along with instructions on how to place your vote. You will only have 2 minutes to cast your vote, so you better stay ready. While judges are deliberating later in the show, Visa will also host a special guest, none other than Breno Andrade, Vice President, Global Push Payments at Visa, to talk about Visa Direct and why the startups love it so much. Now, let's get to the pitches. Okay, I know everybody's excited. I'm excited, and so to kick things off, we are going to Araldo Dovalina of Penum.
Hi, I'm Araldo Dovalina, founder of Penum, and I represent Mexico in Visa Everywhere initiative. We're going to give formal workers their first banking experience. As you know, the average worker is living paycheck to paycheck. And I want you to meet Gonzalo Godin, who is just a guy who is having trouble to pay his energy bill. And that bill is due today. And one of Gonzalo's biggest problems is that the bills doesn't come at the same time as the salary. So as we know, 7 out of 10 workers are overwhelmed by their debts, and they spend more than 4 hours weekly just thinking how to solve them. And Gonzalo Solutions comes with bureaucratic procedures, interest, commissions, and they will compromise your future income. Well, but Gonzalo has access to his early wages via Penum, and he will solve this financial problem under a minute. So what is Penum? Well, it's an integrated financial wellness platform, and we're modernizing how everyday employee addresses financial challenges today, helping employees to grow financially for tomorrow. Our purpose is to give financial wellness for all. And how do we manage this? Well, we built an amazing multi-platform that solves your financial problems in one place, like 24/7 transfers, bill payment, online shopping, buy insurance, and more. Our business model is a business to consumer, and we earn money via a proportional commission per transaction. We believe in our strategic alliances. Today, they have access to more than 5 million potential users, and we're excited to work with different industries, such as restaurants, hospitals, transports, and more. Our onboardings are 100% done, and for every 100 invitation we send, 50% will register or download our app, and 25% will actually use it. The average transaction is around $60, and they will use it more than 2.5 times per month. Our time to catch, no more than 20 days. As of today, we have operated more than $10 million, and we have processed more than 150,000 transactions. In Penum, you can do more than 100 services. Today, we're very focused in Mexico because we know that there's more than 20 million former employees. Those are 20 million Gonzalos. And we're also trying to go to Latin America and next year to the States. Well, we're very excited that the innovation we can do with Visa, and we're going to give access to a Visa credit card in every Gonzalo that has Penum. A Visa credit card holder will have access to Visa Tap. That way they can pay for transport cashless and among other things. And we're going to encourage them to give a second card to their beloved ones. And then, so that way they can transfer money between them via Visa Direct. And a very important thing is that they will have access to buy online. We're going to make a lot of Gonzalos happy. As of today, we have more than 40,000 registered users, and we're confident to keep growing and boosted with Visa. So Visa, let's do this. Let's give access to financial wellness to all former workers. Con Penum, todos los días son quincena. With Penum, every day is a payday. Thank you, and I'm sure that together we're going to help a lot of people and make Gonzalo happy.
I don't know about y'all, but I love the concept of every day being a payday. And I know our judges have some questions. Romina, do you have any questions?
Sure. Thank you, Dr. Jen, and congrats, Haroldo, on a great pitch. I was wondering if you can tell us a bit more about the kind of companies that you're looking to target as clients to bring on board.
Well, thank you. It's an honor to be here. And for us, it's very important to attend any kind of company. We don't discriminate small companies from big companies. We have companies that have less than 100 employees and companies that have more than 20,000 employees.
Okay, thank you.
Wonderful. How about Franz? Do you have any questions?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Jan. Congratulations, Haroldo. So you mentioned that you have 40,000 registered users. So how long did it take you to get there? And approximately what percentage of those 40,000 are recurring users, monthly users?
Yes. Well, it took us less than 2 years. And in fact, this process with the pandemic helped a lot. Everybody started using more their apps and using more their fintech. And since we're starting to work from home, Penum was a solution that helped them. And more than 70% of those 40,000 users are using us currently more than 2.5 times per month.
Thank you.
Yes.
Wow. Sounds like that was a good break for you to get more people digital. Now, Christine, do you have any questions?
Yes, thanks, Dr. Jen. Orlando, thank you so much for that pitch. I was curious to know, how do you differentiate yourself both to the end user as well as to your B2B clients in terms of other options in the market and your competition?
Well, first of all, we try to do, I would say, a 100% digital onboarding. That helps a lot. The other thing is that we work 24/7, and our process doesn't come with all the compliance and bureaucratic procedures that sometimes banks have or other financial solutions there. And one important thing is that in Penum, you can do different kinds of things. You can have a salary advance, you can have access to early wages, or we have platform where the employer can send money to the employees when they have home office. So we try to describe ourselves as an integrated financial wellness platform.
An integrated financial wellness platform. Well, that's a description right there in and of itself. I love it. And every day is a payday. Pamela, what questions do you have?
Thank you, Coach. And also congratulations on what you achieved with Penum. Could you talk us a little bit about how you envision the evolution of Penum? You already talked us about geographically, but in terms of product, what's going to be the next step of Penum?
Well, we're very encouraged about Visa and the credit card. As you know, in Mexico and most parts of Latin America, it's complicated for everyday worker to have access to a credit card. And you cannot pay online without a credit card in most of these countries. So this is going to be interesting. We encourage them to have an extra credit card for the loved ones, so that way they can use Visa Direct. And what we're planning to do is to give access to all of our clients immediately to a credit card via Visa. And we already started that plan with you guys.
Wonderful. Hey, and we are rocking and rolling right through the Q&A. So judges, do we have another question? Roman, or we can come back up to you. If you have another question, we're going to put you on a rapid fire, but I think you're ready.
Yeah. So Haroldo, how are you forecasting your growth over the next 12 to 24 months, and what are the assumptions behind it?
Well, they're very easy. In fact, what we're trying to do is we have an organic growing that we've been doing right now, but the part that is helping the most is through our alliances. We believe in alliances, and we've been working a lot with them. We have big ones, and some of them have presence in all Latin America. That's why we're encouraged to grow to Central and South America as soon as possible.
Wonderful job. Well, every day is a payday, and you are encouraging not only free spending, but saving as well. Thank you, Aroldo, and thank you, judges. Next up, welcome Tatiana Montalvo of BitSports, a blockchain ecosystem for the sports industry that connects fans with clubs to create new revenue streams through digital offerings.
Hi guys, my name is Tatiana and I'm the founder and CEO of BitSports. BitSports is the solution for sports clubs and partners to monetize and identify fans through the launch of interactive utility tokens. We help them generate new revenue streams with these tokens via our marketplace and actually the club's own channels, for example, their ticketing systems. The sports industry is huge. It's worth over $620 billion and it's growing at a faster rate than the global GDP. Thanks to COVID, we found out that there was a huge gap in the industry and only 1% of their fan base is actually being monetized. And also, leagues are having a big problem with security at the stadium with their fans. So they have to be able to identify their fans. So we created a blockchain solution for sports clubs organizations in order to have a broader reach and a new digital revenue stream that also allowed leagues and clubs to have a better understanding and control by interacting digitally with their fans. We built a marketplace in which our main product is the utility token. These tokens are like access keys to different utilities, for example, transactional albums, collectibles, experiences, but mainly the purchase of the fan ID. Once the fan register in our app and create their own avatar, they can personalize it. They get verified with our KYC partners who give us the identification validation, background checks, and others that the club needs in order to be able to give access to the fans to the stadiums. with many other benefits. But the fan ID will be required to enter any stadium in most countries here in Latin America. This is my avatar, so I already got verified and have access to different stadiums. We're transforming a boring QR code into an interactive avatar. These avatars have many uses, and one of the main uses is for them to become the fans' actual wallet. In our short trajectory, we've managed to close over 60 plus deals with a 3-year exclusivity contract with different sports organizations such as football leagues, wrestling, boxing, and basketball, and we're over more than 5 countries now. These are securing us access to over 30 million direct fans as we enter as partners with the clubs, and the communication is directly through them. How do we do it? In our marketplace, fans can actually access different sport leagues, products, and buy with fiat systems or even crypto. But as our main user is non-crypto native, we make it easy for them. The experience is like if they were buying in any traditional Web2 marketplace. There's a huge opportunity here with Visa because we can actually reach the over 500 million active fans that there are in America, and over 70% of them are yet still using cash as our main payment method. So what if we link the fan ID directly with a Visa card? This would immediately solve 2 big issues. First, the informality, because they use always cash, and second, the inclusion. We will be giving access to a lot of people that cannot access a credit card. So with this fan ID, they will be able to transact in stadium, replacing cash, creating loyalty programs, receive and send fiat and crypto, and well, many, many more. And also at the same time, clubs and banks can create new revenue streams with the loyal sport fans. Basically, we will be creating the new Visa Fan ID Club. So let's change the world together, one game at a time, with Visa and Beat Sports. Thank you so much.
Tatiana, as a fellow woman in sports, it is great to see you out there representing. My question is, where is my avatar? I'm ready. I know our judges have some fantastic questions for you as well. So let's kick it off with Romina.
Congratulations on your company, Tatiana. I was wondering if you can share with us a bit more detail on your revenue model.
Okay, well, for the Fan ID, basically we earn a rebate for every transaction with the credit card, and also every single purchase that the Fan ID includes, for example, digital merchandising, experiences, and different access that the Fan ID can give you. We earn 50% of everything that is sold through the Fan ID, plus the rebate on the credit cards.
Great question, Romina. Franz, how about you?
Congratulations, Tatiana. I believe you listed 4 sports that you're focusing on. What's next in terms of sports, and how do you go about choosing which sport you're going to go into?
Well, actually, we just signed in a new sport which is tennis. We've signed in with the Tennis Federation to actually be able to give fan IDs not only to the fans, but also to the athletes so that they can actually access to a credit card immediately through the fan ID. This is a non-sports specific item. We can do it in any single sport. So basically what we want to do is starting with the biggest sports and then go to the small ones in terms of fans.
Wonderful. And Christine, how about you? Do you have any questions?
Thanks, Tatiana, and congratulations on what you've accomplished so far. Very cool. I was wondering if you could share a little bit more, just help me understand. So is there a way to sort of utilize the fan ID that doesn't use the credit card? So my question is around the opportunity, which I think is great, where you have all these fans who traditionally may use more cash instead of credit cards or other forms of payment. Is it necessary that they have to use the card, or is there a scenario where they can also continue to transact in cash so that you have this hybrid approach?
Well, today we have the hybrid approach, but we want to, our main goal is to actually eliminate cash and to be able to people use this fan ID as their own wallet. Even in, for example, in the stadiums here in Latin America, there's a lot of informality, people selling t-shirts, not actually fake t-shirts, and a lot of different things. Even in stadiums, there are a lot of corruption because people can sell in cash, etc., etc. So what we want to do is that vendors and fans can actually go and transact through the wallet in stadium and outside stadium. Today, it's a hybrid. They can do both, but in long term, we aim to just eliminate everything and do everything through the wallet.
Great question, and a fun approach, obviously, to have those accessible items. Pamela, do you have any questions?
Thanks, Jen. Tatiana, congratulations, and thank you for participating. So my question is about your sales cycle, especially with the clubs or sports. What type of buyers are you putting to competitors, or how is your cycle? Because I think the model is dependent, right, on the clubs and exclusivity you may have with them.
Yes, well, right now we have more than 67, a bit more signed contracts with exclusivity for the next 3 years. And the thing is that the leagues are implementing this as mandatory in order to get into the stadium. So basically the users have to have the fan ID in order to get to a stadium. So it's basically a win-win for everyone because leagues have a new way to monetize. The fans have security and actually a new way to get into different payments. And well, for us to monetize everything.
Well, that is all of the time we have for our fabulous founder, Tatiana from BitSports. Thank you, Tatiana, and thank you, judges. Next up, welcome Alfonso Myra of Floyd, Digital Evaluation Flows, Onboarding, and KYC with Open Finance in Latin America.
Hello everyone, my name is Alfonso Mayra. I'm co-founder and CEO at Floyd, an API for financial inclusion in Latin America. We aggregate data while removing digital friction. We have a huge problem in our continent today. Only 24% of the population can access financial products online. The reason of this is because a low banked population, lack of financial pro-consumer laws, low digitalizations, and lack of trust on digital payment methods. The result is that Latin America's data ecosystem is completely broken, affecting 500 million people and 2 million businesses. What we are doing here is we are hitting LATAM data ecosystem and taking this number, this 24%, up to a 62% with a boost of open finance, making that financial products online and digital payment methods thrive for our clients. Merchants can plug into Floyd so they can reach a wider range of consumers. In just a few minutes, they can access in different countries information from banks, taxes, pension funds, governments, health, you name it, so they can do correctly and in a secure way onboarding and KYC, risk assessment for lending, identity validation, and deliver payments and conciliation products. This is an example. Look at the right side. And today we're working with one of the biggest banks in the world. In this example on this video, a consumer is sharing their information just in 1 minute, the information from their bank account with this bank so they can access financial products online, like a credit card or a consumer loan. Let's watch it from the merchant perspective. Right now, we're also working with Walmart credit card. And merchants are able now to understand LATAM population without friction, without fraud. Consumers can share their income from their bank account, financial products, and month-by-month transactions from past 12 months historical data. We are not working with big banks such as Santander or Scotiabank. We are working with unicorns like OLX Cars and Kavak. We are working with fintechs from Y Combinator. We are working from real estate companies like CBRE. We are working with multinational companies as well. We have been growing really good on 2022. Our month-over-month growth is at 38%. We have over 55 clients. Just in Q1, we have processed 71.5 million API calls and we are operating in mostly all of the countries in Latin America. We are supported by big venture capital funds, and we are in an alliance with Santander to roll out in all the countries in Latam. Our business model is a transactional-based fee. We are a software as a service company with no integration cost. We consider ourselves to be the evolution of credit bureaus. What we can build together is the Latam first inclusive open finance API. If we put the Floyd Smart API layer into Visa Direct and developer centers, we can help acquirers, issuer, banks, merchants, and small businesses to increase in a 15% their chance of transactions, as we have seen with our clients, and increase at least at 25% their addressable markets, as we have seen as well with our current clients. We want to make an invitation to you guys. Let's heal Latam broken ecosystem together. There are 240 million people in Latin America waiting to connect with online merchants for the first time, and we can do this in an alliance together. Thank you.
Well, I know that I love the idea of healing together, and I'm sure our judges will too. So let's go ahead over to them for some questions. And this time, let's start with Franz.
Great, thank you. Congratulations on the pitch. And my first question is really to understand, you mentioned Visa Direct towards the end, and understanding that this is a model of the evolution of credit bureaus, how does Visa Direct tie in that business model?
Yeah, I mean, so what we do here is having a set of API different connections where merchants can connect in, and we can do is we can put this layer together with Visa Connect and Visa Developer Centers to complement these APIs and offer these different solutions to merchants that interact with Visa Connect and also with Visa Developer Center.
Wonderful. Okay. And let's go over to Christine. Christine, do you have some questions?
Yes, thanks, Alfonso. I was curious to know, how do you see yourself in the competitive landscape, and where are the advantages of Floyd versus other options around open finance?
Mm-hmm. So you have different competitors. We have open finance platforms and we have credit bureaus. So we're kind of in the middle of this. We have a strong focus on applying open finance to lending and e-commerces, and we are the only open finance platform that has that kind of focus. So that's why we see ourselves also as competitors with credit bureaus. By solving this with different technology, with a different financial scheme and a different offer. So yeah, I think we are pretty convinced that our approach is very scalable, as we have seen with our clients. And we can take Latam, and we can take also the Open Finance Challenge, which is something that is just starting right now, into a complete new level.
Wonderful. And Pamela, let's take it over to you.
Thank you, Coach. Alfonso, congratulations. And if you could tell me a little bit how scalable is your product to other geographies or to other merchant types?
It's very scalable. What we do is when we enter a new country, we're in Chile, Peru, Colombia, and Mexico right now. When we enter a new country, we put together this kind of data sets that every company will need to onboard someone and then eventually evaluate them. And this has to do, and this is where we differentiate from another open finance platform. We just don't do open banking. We do all the sets necessary to evaluate one. So it's connections to pension funds, where they are in every country in Latin America, to health and insurance data points, banks, government institutions, so you can evaluate companies also. So you have these kind of sets, and in every country in Latam, the number of people or companies that are digitally interacting in these sources of information is different, but certainly we can improve the number of people and companies that can interact online by connecting and making this puzzle in every country we go in.
Wonderful. And now we're going to go back up to the top with Romina.
Congratulations, Alfonso, on the company that you have built. I'm wondering if you can tell us a bit more about how your product roadmap looks for the next 12 months?
Mm-hmm. So right now we are ready with all the API connections to different sources, as I have mentioned before. The next step is build credit scoring. So go further on helping companies to understand their clients and help them do this KYC and eventually move their credit engines to Floyd so we can do it more efficiently and faster. The big challenge here is also improve conversion. And we have seen our conversion rates go over 90%. So to say 90% of the people that interact with Floyd widgets in evaluation journeys or KYC give their credentials so we can access their information and transfer it to the companies that have hired Floyd. So why not go deeper into credit scoring activities?
Wonderful. Well, I know I enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Alfonso. Obviously, the financial future is bright with Floyd. And we are going to wrap this one and then go to our next fantastic pitch. I'm excited to introduce you to Alejandro Vega of Huli, a platform that connects patients, doctors, and other healthcare services.
Hello, my name is Alejandro Vega and I'm the founder of Huli, a health tech startup that launched approximately 8 years ago. One of the biggest problems in healthcare is a lack of integration between patients, doctors, and health services. The entire patient journey is fragmented, which creates a lot of inefficiencies. One of the biggest inefficiencies are payments and reimbursements. They're mostly cash and hard to do. That's very frustrating for patients who feel very lonely and vulnerable at a very difficult time in their lives. And how big is the problem? Well, over $100 billion in out-of-pocket expenses each year in Latin America. That's why we built Huli, a multi-sided platform that connects patients, doctors, pharma manufacturers, and pharmacies in Mexico and Central America. And we're adding a payments and financial services layer. In short, we're a health tech with fintech on top. So meet our patient, Alfredo Cali. Al's not feeling well, he's unable to sleep, he's in a lot of pain. And he has to go through a complicated journey to get better. But let me show you how it works through Huli. Al goes to a hospital or insurance company's website to look for a doctor and books an appointment through us. Alfredo visits a doctor in person. The doctor, who also uses our technology, prescribes medications, lab tests, and ultrasound through us. Al then gets all those prescriptions through our app and places the orders. He gets all the lab tests done, and then they're sent automatically to the doctor, who can now make a diagnosis. Fortunately, Al has gallbladder stones. Surgery and follow-up treatments are required. But when that is said and done, Al goes to one final checkup, this time via telemedicine, for convenience, and requests a reimbursement from his insurance companies. So we made the entire journey a lot more seamless and frictionless to make Al's life better. This single journey had over $11,000 in transactions. All interactions happened through us, but payments were mostly cash. That's why we're adding a layer on top so the entire patient journey can happen through digital payments. And that was one single patient, but we have more than 6 million patients interacting with 10,000 doctors, 350 hospitals and large clinics, 2,500 pharmacies, and 3 pharma labs each year in Central America and Mexico. Those are millions and millions of interactions happening through our platform every year. And that represents approximately $3 billion in C2B transactions and $15 billion if you include B2B and B2C. And we expect to triple that in coming years. So we've taken a long time to build a great network, and now it's time to power it through payments and financial services to make everyone's life easier. So what do we have in mind? Well, with Visa Direct, we can help insurance companies deposit money into Al's account. We can also allow doctors to distribute funds to their staff for the surgery. With Visa payment and tokenization, we can now allow Al to pay for his appointment, medications, and to store his card safely. Now, the biggest expense in Al's treatment was the surgery. Not everyone can afford it. With Buy Now, Pay Later, we can allow more access to more folks that can now pay their surgeries with installments. We can also provide Visa credentials and loyalty perks for patients and doctors to make healthcare more accessible and affordable, and CyberSource for payment enablement. And we're not just talking about it. We're already taking baby steps with regards to appointment, medication payments, and health plan subscriptions. With Visa, we can make the entire healthcare ecosystem in Latin America be more efficient and make the entire patient journey more seamless from start to end. So let's do good and well together. Thank you very much.
Well, I certainly love the idea of doing good and well together. Thank you for that pitch, Alejandro. Let's take it over to the judges. This time, we're going to start it out with Christine. Christine, do you have a question?
Sure. Thanks, Alejandro, and congrats on Huli. I was curious to know, what is your market presence by country?
Market presence by country, we're primarily right now in Mexico and Costa Rica are our two main countries, Panama being a third, and then Central America. But yeah, so primarily around, I guess, half of our customers in Mexico, half in Costa Rica, and the remainder in Central America.
Wonderful. Great question, Christine. Pamela, how about you?
Thank you, Alejandro, for your pitch. Can you share a little bit about the results you've had since starting operation in those countries?
Yeah, I guess maybe important to explain our business model a little bit. So we're a health tech SaaS with fintech on top. So we sell our software solution to doctors, clinics, and hospitals. We charge on average around $30 per month per doctor, and we layer transactions or marketplaces on top, right? And let's say those can be from appointment bookings or medication purchase, et cetera, and we charge around 1% to 7% transaction on that. So the initial thing we do is we start with our SaaS component and we grow that out. And we're currently growing around 10% month over month with our doctor user base in all the countries we're in. So that's kind of, it's been 8 good long years of adding the network, but we're growing faster and faster each day.
Gotta love faster and faster each day. Romina, what questions do you have for Alejandro?
Great pitch, Alejandro. What's your commercialization strategy? How do you get to your clients? What sales channels have proven more successful?
Perfect. So our go-to-market has 3 layers. The first one is getting access to the doctors, second one, patients, and last, the health services, which include pharmacies, pharmas, labs, etc. In our case, the most important aspect are the doctors. They're kind of the ones that drive the traffic. They're like the traffic cops directing all the traffic in healthcare. And so in that case, they're the ones that generate the patients, the orders, prescriptions, etc. And so for doctors, as we grow, there's 2 ways we get doctors. One is inbound, or we call them bottoms up and top down. And so bottoms up is inbound marketing. We use Google ads or Facebook ads, so doctors come and subscribe automatically. And the top down approach is we go and sell to an insurance company or a hospital system. So we sell them a directory at a low cost, and that gives us access to all the doctors within their network. That's what has allowed us, like I mentioned, to grow quite fast in the last couple of years.
Again, gotta love fast growth. Franz, do you have any questions?
Yes, thanks. Congratulations, Alejandro. If I may ask a combined question, but one very easy one. So the easy one is, why Huli? And the other question, why is it named Huli? And the other question is sort of a follow-up to Christine's question. Do you have expansion plans outside of Mexico and Central America? And if yes, where would you go and why?
Sure. All right, so the name Huli is actually Hawaiian, and it means to flip or transform. So the concept came when I was in the honeymoon with my wife, and the idea was like, I was thinking of the names of the company to start. It was like, I want to transform and change healthcare. So that was the origin story of our name. In an expansion strategy, the idea right now is we have a lot of room to grow still in Mexico and Central America. So first is continue to grow there and get more of a massive captive audience, right? And after that, we want to go to non-Spanish speaking, Latin America, Región Andina and Cono Sur first, and then last, Brazil. Typical, the order we want to go is just to make it easier, more seamless, following one of our biggest customers, which is the pharma companies. They're kind of a big alliance that helps us grow in those markets, and that's where they're telling us that we should be going next.
Well, there you go. It was a quick question, but the answers were on point. Thank you so much, Alejandro, and thank you, judges. Next up, welcome Andre Bastos of OpenCo, a platform that offers customers fair access to credit through BNPL and B2B2C offerings.
Hi, my name is Andre Bastos, and I'm the co-founder and chief revenue officer of OpenCo. Brazil has the third largest interest rates in the world, on average 25%. That's only lower than Zimbabwe and Madagascar. What does that mean? That Brazilians pay more than 100% APR for unsecured loans. We like to say that Brazilians have debt while Americans have credit. Even with these high interest rates, the TAM of the market is huge, $250 billion. And in the US, fintechs, alternative lenders, had less than 2% of the market 10 years ago. Now that they have more than 50%, we see a similar trend in Brazil, where the top 5 banks have 80% of this market, and the fintechs are growing. And OpenCo is the largest unsecured lender fintech in Brazil. We helped 300,000 consumers save more than $200 million. That's on average $600 per client. We have collected authorized data from more than 7 million Brazilians with a net promote score of 88. That's consumers and clients, they love us. And here's the story of Vinicius. Vinicius was in a debt trap, paying like very high interest rates. His wife was pregnant. He wants to start a business and he didn't know how to. He found OpenCo in the internet, and in less than 2 minutes, just with social security number and his date of birth, email, very basic information, he was able to get the amount that he wanted for a much lower interest rate and actually put his life together and enjoy his kid. And how we do all that? Well, we use a lot of technology, machine learning, alternative data, where we collect more than 2,000 variables for each individual. And we can calculate the ability to pay and the willingness to pay. Each individual is different. And our technology and proprietary underwriting, that's our secret sauce, can do all that for each individual person. It's top-notch technology here. It's our secret sauce. And we are migrating from credit to payment. We're doing the B2B2C approach. We have partnerships with e-commerce such as Lojas Americanas, AMI. We are offering the Care Now, Pay Later product to help dentists, doctors offer treatments for the patients. We have partnerships with utility companies such as Energizas. We are in the finance contents. And we have 250 employees, and we'll be growing more than 85% year over year. It's our CAGR for the last 8 years. And why Visa? Well, we can use the Visa Direct to deposit our credit direct to the consumer through that great technology. We can use top-notch fraud solutions from Visa that we can identify who are the real consumers and offer better credit for them. We can issue Visa credit card for 7 million consumers, and I'm sure most of them, they were underbanked or unbanked. And we can offer the Buy Now, Pay Later product that we have through the Visa network, something that hasn't been done yet in Brazil. And what is next? We had originated more than 2.5 billion reais. That's less than 0.3% of the market. And we can still grow a lot in Brazil market share, but then we can go to expand to Latin America and even offer like secured products. Thank you so much. As I said, my name is Andre Bastos. Here's my email, and I'm open for questions.
Well, we love OpenCo and we love open for questions. And so with that, we are going to go to our fantastic judges. Christine, do you have a question you can ask Andre here from OpenCo?
Thanks, Andre. I was curious to know, with the advent of Pix and with open finance in Brazil, how has that benefited what you guys are working on, or is there any impact?
Yeah. Hi, Christine. That's a great question. Like Pix was a huge adaptability in Brazil. A lot of consumers are using, but now they're having. Today, I tried to make a purchase using like e-commerce, and my bank rejected a Pix of like 1,000 reais. And then even with like the Visa Direct, that it's more safe than Pix, we could use Visa Direct to deposit those loans to the customers like bank account. But Pix was great. It's cheaper. A lot of people are using, and we use to direct the credit. But we see a huge opportunity with Visa Direct being more reliable, more security, even the Pix with the RTP, the real-time payments.
I like the sound of that. Romina, can you give us another question for Andre?
Andre, can you share how are bad debt ratios trending for you?
We say that usually it's not about the default rates, it's how predictable it's our model. Like if you're pricing right and we have that predictability, it's according to the model. It doesn't matter the debt ratio because it's according to the model. But to give an example, if we charge 80% a year, that for developed countries is crazy, but for Brazil is actually very cheap. The default rates are below 20%, the cumulative rates. And we like to say that usually a lot of financial institutions said the interest rates are so high because the customers, they don't pay back. But we like to say that the customers, they don't pay back because the interest rates are so high and they're in that trap. And we are trying to figure out how to solve that virtual cycles and actually be able to provide cheaper rates and have better delinquency rates.
We are officially in rapid fire territory. Pamela, can you lead us off?
Sure. So Andre, moving into the payments space, you'll now have more competitors in the buy now, pay later space. So how to differentiate your model there?
Yeah, I would say that in Brazil it's still not that crowded yet, this space. We have about five players and they're still at the beginning. The Latin America market is very different than other regions. We say that in Brazil, you always have that buy now, pay later product in a different way. You have the 12 installments with no interest rates in the credit card. But we are very confident that with our history of no legacy technology, more than 8 years of like history of like data, that we can provide a better experience for that consumer where he wants to purchase the goods that he wants and he needs credit for that.
Franz, do you have a question for us?
Sure, a quick one. So beyond revenue growth or profit-related metrics, what are the key success metrics for OpenCo?
Yeah, sure, Franz. We look a lot at the lifetime value by the CAC, the customer acquisition cost, and we look for a healthy one of 5-6 times LTV divided by CAC. And we are always looking to the margins in general to have like a 20%. That's a health margin. We want to bring a lot of benefits for the society, for the consumers, but also have like a healthy business with healthy margins there.
Wonderful. Well, that is all the time that we have. And this wraps all of our pitches. Andre, well done with OpenCo. Thank you to all of our fantastic finalists. And now the excitement is just actually gonna go to the next level. So hang out with us. Thank you, startups, for those great pitches. Now, audience members, check out the link on your screen to vote for your favorite startup. The startup with the most votes will win $10,000 in prize money. You have 2 minutes to vote. Remember to come back and listen to our special guest, Reino Andrade. While the judges deliberate, we have a special guest. A warm welcome to Breno Andrade, Vice President of Global Push Payments at Visa. Over to you, Breno.
Thank you, Jen. Hi, everyone. My name is Breno Andrade, and I am the head of Visa Direct for the Latin America and the Caribbean region. I am very excited for the Visa Everywhere initiative, not only because we are helping the fintech community to grow and to strive, but also because through this program, I can keep myself fresh and updated about new ideas, trends, and technologies. At the end of the day, if you think about Visa Direct, relatively to the whole Visa, like you, we are a startup inside Visa that is disrupting the way Visa operates. When an ordinary consumer thinks about what Visa does, the instinctively idea that comes to mind is, oh, it's a credit and debit card company, no? And it's true. This is our core business that we have been operating for more than 60 years. Traditionally, Visa credentials have been used to pull money from accounts to pay for purchase, a consumer to merchant flow. Visa, along with our partners, has invested decades building a global network that can reach over 180 countries, operates in more than 160 currencies, and has more than 3 billion cards across the globe. Then we had a disruptive idea several years ago, business, and instead of withdrawing funds from the accounts, we push or deposit funds into those accounts. Wow, that's innovation. So Visa Direct was born, opening up a new universe of opportunities for Visa and our partners. Visa Direct is a network helping transform the global money movement. Through a single secure connection, Visa Direct allows clients to send and receive money securely with certainty, domestic and cross-border. It's a network that is continuously innovating to deliver cutting-edge solutions that bring new revenue streams for our clients. A network that is working to connect the world with speed, security, reach, and technology, non-stop. Visa Direct, besides offering the traditional pull transaction capabilities, it also lets users to push or to send money to cardholders' Visa-eligible debit, credit, or prepaid accounts. It also allows to send cross-border remittances and disbursements directly to bank accounts without the need of a Visa credential, increasing the reach of our network to 5 billion accounts worldwide. Through Visa Direct, we are maximizing the potential of our network to capture other payment flows beyond the consumer to merchants, such as person-to-person, consumer payouts, merchant settlement, gig economy, wage disbursements, global remittances. Visa Direct is an integral part of Visa network of network strategies and is fully supporting our purpose to uplift everyone, everywhere, by being the best way to pay and be paid. I hope you enjoyed this experience and that has contributed for your personal and your company's growth. Together, we continue in our journey by evolving the way that money is moved across Latin America. Thank you for participating in the Visa Everywhere initiative. With you, Jen.
Oh, thank you so much, Breno, for that interesting discussion. I can see why it is such a favorite. I could listen all day, but we do have to welcome back our 5 finalists. So let's bring them back in. Excellent. And we also have the honor of being joined by Edward Conejo, the Regional President, Visa Latin America and the Caribbean, who will announce our winners today. However, before we get to the overall winner, the audience is also, a little something to say. And thanks so much, everyone out there, for your votes. The audience favorite will win $10,000 in prize money. Eduardo, over to you to announce the audience favorite today.
Thank you, Jen. And before I announce the audience favorite, let me thank every one of you who have participated in this year's Visa Everywhere initiative in its sixth version. We got over 400 or a little bit around 400 registered startups, 100 more than last year, coming from 15 countries. And something that is very good to see is that almost 3/4 of all of these startups are already in business in the different markets. And I want to tie a little bit of this on why we are doing the Visa Everywhere initiative, which obviously ignites innovation, but it's also because it ties very well with the purpose that we have as Visa around the world, which is uplift everyone everywhere by being the best way to pay and be paid. And everything that you are doing in the different markets is bringing additional and complementary layers of technology solutions, use cases, user interface that is really allowing us in Latin America to bring better solutions to our population. So I really want to thank all of the energy and everything that you are doing in your small startups right now, but startups that will be growing a lot. And I mean, that's great for us to partner in these huge and great task to improve the lives of many in Latin America. So I think the audience was also listening to all your pitches, and we have winners, and I have the privilege to start communicating them. And the first one is the audience favorite is for Huli. So congratulations, Alejandro. People voted for you. And thanks for everything that you are doing to improve the healthcare and overall industry in Latin America.
Well, Alejandro, obviously this is great news for you. Very excited. How are you feeling?
Extremely, extremely happy and excited. So I wanted to thank all the team for all the hard work. Very, very excited.
A man of few words and a whole lot of action. So next, I guess we get to announce the Visa Direct winner. Yet again, this startup will win $10,000. Eduardo, over to you.
Yes, and actually the judges just made me, they brought me the cards about the winners. This one is for the Visa Direct one. And the winner is Andre from OpenCo. Congratulations, Andre.
Andre, I love the reaction, but I'm still going to ask you to put words to it. How are you feeling?
I think you're on mute, Andre.
I guess he is a man of even fewer words. He is so overwhelmed with joy that he can't even put them to him. I'm going to anticipate that his mouth was moving to say it was very excited and he can't wait to do more with Visa Direct. Yeah? Did we get you at all? Nope. No sound, but I think that the actions from his hand gestures told us all we needed to know. It was a touchdown. Me being a coach, I think we keep it moving. Yes, there we go. Now, the last and certainly not least, this is the announcement we have all been waiting for, the overall winner announcement. This startup will receive not only the $10K in prize money, but the opportunity to partner with Visa and will represent Latin America and the Caribbean at the global finals to be hosted in Qatar, where, wait for it, hold your breath, this is a lot. Visa is going to give away $170,000 in total prize money. Eduardo, I'm going to give it back to you so you can tell us the overall winner.
Yeah, thank you, Jen. And before I do that, I want to thank the judges that have been putting a lot of time and effort to understand deeply each of the pitches. I think, it's a huge thank for all the all the finalists, because this is the final from the region. Out of the almost 400 registered startups, we have here 4 that are already winners. Let me tell you that, between these 6 years, we have accumulated experience with 1,700 different startups that brought their cases here.
122 of them have had Crunchbase events since the year 2020. Half of them are still in business, doing very well. Some of them have been bought or acquired by some of the partners of Visa. Visa has been partnering with some of them. So we really think that all of you are winners. But we need to select one. And I mean, for me, it's also an honor to announce the 2022 Visa Everywhere Initiative winner that goes to, I mean, this is the envelope. Alejandro Vega, Huli. Congratulations, Alejandro. Looking forward to continue the engagement with you. I'm very sure, we're very sure that we'll represent the region very well in the global event. On last year's event, the Latin America and the Caribbean winner got the second global place. So no pressure, but I think that we will be well represented in the global event. And again, thank you very much for all the winners. You are all winners here, and keep on this entrepreneurship spirit that is allowing us to grow together.
Excellent. Well,
a little bit of pressure.
Should I say words now or no? I don't know.
Yes, yeah. Please go ahead.
Yes. So well, thank you very much. We're extremely excited. We're going to do our best to represent Latin America. So hopefully we take the #1 prize this time around. And so again, thank you very much. And thanks to Visa and all the judges and everybody, and you, Jen, as well. Thank you very much for all your help.
Well, it looks like it was a great day today, and we have no doubt that you will represent Latin America and the Caribbean to the very, very best of your abilities. Thank you again, Alejandro, and obviously, congrats again.
Thank you.
A big thank you to our judges and finalists. A very big congratulations to our winners. And of course, finally, thank you to you, our amazing audience, for being a part of the Visa Everywhere Initiative, Latin America and the Caribbean 2022. To learn more about the Visa Everywhere Initiative, visit visa.com/everywhere initiative. I'm your host, Dr. Jen Welter, and please have a wonderful rest of your day.